him and Eric Armstead
at 280.
Then why would you bulk up if he's running a 4.7?
As far as what I read, he's going to be last year he played Leo. This year he's going to be playing strong side end and sliding inside on passing downs.
That's why they're bumping him to 280, even though he ran like a 4.7. It's him, Brinston Buckner, who isn't that fast, but he's super athletic. Or Bernstein, but whatever the hell his name is.
And Eric Armstead when he's not hurt.
And they're both from Oregon, and I think they're both Hawaiian. I know Buckner's definitely Hawaiian. But that's just an athletic, androgynous defensive front. You really don't know what you're going to get. Like, some guys look...
This guy didn't even know what that word meant 3 years ago.
Actually, I did.
Just shouting it out.
That's the only way I could...
We actually had a big newsroom debate about this, like,
androgynous?
3 years ago. Yeah, we did. Yep.
I don't remember.
We did, and I schooled you and put you on game.
I really
and
don't
now
think
you're
you did.
using the word in casual conversation, but it's all good, man. That's what this show is about.
Touchdowns. I think you're just saying that to
educating.
You're just saying that to get
KB's
clout.
telling me I'm a culture vulture.
You're saying that
That's
just to get
fine,
clout.
but it's cool because he's out here using my words and
you didn't create the word androgynous, jackass.
I didn't, but I schooled you on how to use it.
No, you didn't.
All right, man. Next one. Brandon Marshall to the Hawks. Is this a touchdown or a turnover?
Kind of like the last one. I really don't know. I guess it's a touchdown for what he can bring to that team. It's kind of like the same thing he could have brought to the Giants.
So you're saying it's a no game?
Honestly, it's an offset. It's offsetting penalties. It's like the same thing he could have brought to the Giants last year that he did.
It's like you caught a pick and then fumbled it.
Yeah.
At the same spot.
Out of bounds. So now you just have to replay the down over, I guess. Like, and it was let's say he intercepted a pass and fumbled it on 4th down. It's still your ball, but I mean, you could have had a touchdown. But in this case, in Seattle, they need a possession receiver, and he'll buy Russell Wilson some time in the red zone. And I don't have Jimmy Graham anymore, so I guess it's a touchdown. And it's one of those Calvin Johnson plays where, like, it depends on how the ref calls it.
Hey, I'm going to say it's a turnover. Wait, sorry.
Gunshot.
I'm going to say it's a turnover.
You only get 2 gunshots?
I'm going to say it's a turnover because, like, what did Brandon Marshall really bring to the Giants last year?
So you just stole my take.
What did he really bring to the Giants?
More
to
headaches?
the Jets?
No, actually, he was good for the Jets. That's the last time he was good was with the Jets.
2 years ago. In, what was that? 2015, he was good for the Jets.
He got hurt and all their quarterbacks got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Point is, I don't even know if Brandon Marshall is better than Dez Bryant at this point, so I really don't understand what the move is, especially considering the Seahawks are trying to transition away from controversial players and players who talk and share their personality, as well as veteran players. So this kind of just contradicts that whole thing.
And Brandon Marshall actually has, like, he works as an NFL analyst.
Yeah, like during the season, like part-time.
So this is going to be awkward.
Taking people's internship jobs and stuff. But whatever, I'm not petty. Okay.
I need a thunder strike. I'm just need a thunder strike. Damn, Thor.
Okay, man. Last one, and then I just want to shout out a couple things. Mark Davis was at the Vegas Knights game for the Stanley Cup Finals. Touchdown or turnover? You want to say touchdown, but you know it's a turnover.
I want to make a hockey reference because clearly he don't care about football in Oakland anymore.
Ooh. Drive by in a lightning storm.
No, you got struck by lightning.
Is that the title of the show? Might be.
Struck by lightning during a drive-by? Drive-by lightning strike?
I'm going to say it's a turnover, much of the reason you just said, because
fatality.
You're not even out of Oakland yet. You're already in bed with another side piece.
Bro, this is embarrassing.
Every time I see Vegas Raiders, it just makes me want to rip my heart out.
He's treating the city of Oakland like Lamar Odom when he was going through his drug binge.
Stop.
Like, it's bad.
Okay, I'm done.
Like,
I'm done with you.
You're disrespecting.
I'm done with you.
It's disrespectful.
What did Lamar Odom do to you this week? Like, what did he do to you
Think
this
about it.
week?
Let's look at the parallels.
He's just
Let's look
chilling
at the parallels.
living his life.
Away from the Kardashians.
And you're over here talking about him.
But I'm just saying, like, when he was going on that bender, dealing with the Kardashian situation, Davis is just yucking it up, living it up, his best life in Vegas. No, you know what? Mark Davis is Drake forgetting about his kid. That's what he is.
Okay. I want to shout out the do-gooder of the week because we are in the Good News radio station. Wherever you're listening, whatever platform you're on, this show is produced in the Good News radio station, and it's live on the Good News radio station app. So I like to plug the NFL's do-gooder of the week, and this week it is Jermaine Gresham. Why? Because there was this woman coming back from Europe. She had no cash. American Airlines makes you pay for your bag in card. They don't take cash.
Monsters.
$50 for a carry-on. Yeah, we know that's stupid. It makes no sense. But hey, you got to get home, right? This woman had basically no way of getting her things back onto a plane. She only had cash. And, well, Jermaine Gresham came behind her and pretty much paid for her carry-on bag of $50. She tried to give the money back, and Gresham refused to take it. He just said, hey, pay it forward. And guess what? Pause to him, man, because as much bad shit as NFL players do every single week that we talk about, it's good just to highlight a moment of grace exposed by these players that we really don't see or don't talk about as much as we probably should.
Who are human beings first and do a lot of great things in the world and the community.
Exactly.
And shout out to him because he's had a rough career.
Yeah, well, that's... Never mind.
The last couple of years.
Yeah, you slandered him plenty of times, but it's cool. Let him have his good moment.
I mean, Cincinnati tight ends are cursed, but that's not his fault.
And last one, I want to shout out that Christian Kirk had his charges dropped after he paid restitution. I just wanted to mention that because we've been talking about it the past couple of weeks. So I just want to make it clear that he's innocent. He paid it. It's good. It's behind him. Now he can just concentrate on being a rookie. Thoughts, KB?
Kudos to him. Happy for him. And honestly, I really don't think this was that big of an issue. And I'm glad it didn't hurt his draft stock.
All right, man. And here it is. The moment you've been waiting for.
Raid! Shout out to Pusha T.
Go ahead, KB. It's your turn to talk. Rant. I already know what you're going to rant about, so just go ahead.
Let's do this. All right, so first I'm going to just start off with, because we forgot to cover this about a week and a half ago. Rest in peace, Billy Cannon, former LSU great, LSU Tiger. He won the Heisman in 1958. Pretty much played linebacker, safety, running back, receiver, everything for that LSU team. And unfortunately, he got caught up in racketeering later in life after his playing days. But yet and still, was a great Raider, was an All-Pro for the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. And for a dude who was like 6'1", 220, he was like lightning fast. Like his name was appropriately called Cannon because he ran like a 9.4 on 100 meters. Insanely fast. Apparently at the time it was close to being a world record. Anyway, to the real smoke. Pete, I'm gonna just let you know when to hit gunshots. And thunder strikes. Shout out to Pusha T for finally exposing the facade and the caucasity of Drake's image. The goody two-shoes image that he's always wanted to promote for years. And somebody who honestly had nothing to really gain or nothing to really lose from getting into a fight with Drake, Pusha T, for just, tearing him a new one. And shut up, Pete. Damn.
He had nothing to gain.
Okay. Pete's talking while I'm doing my segment. Shut up, Pete. Anyway, bottom line is, we all know by now, you've probably heard story of Adidon. I guess that's Adidon. It's like kind of a cross of Adonis, Drake's alleged child's name, and Adidas. Pretty much it's Drake's fault for this. He should have never actually mentioned Pusha T's fiance, because guess what? If you get into a fist fight with somebody and you punch them in the face and they murder your whole family, you kind of can't get mad. I mean, you can be mad because it's just, you can be mad, but you don't start fights with people who don't care about winning or losing. They only care about kind of destroying you or your image. And that's what we have ourselves here. A good old fight with somebody who said, you know what, I got time today. And Push had receipts on him. It's already been reported A$AP Rocky's the one who told him about the baby situation. And honestly, I'm glad to see Drake stands and everybody else who thinks popularity is the only thing that it matters when it comes to getting into a fight or whatever or something like this. I'm glad to see everybody scrambling. Because honestly, yeah, Push may have not have sold as much drugs as Drake alleges he did, but he did sell drugs. And he did come from a lifestyle that Drake did not come from. So therefore, you talking reckless, and I've been around people like that talk reckless and have never really been about that life and don't realize I could lose it all beating the shit out of you. So you're lucky that I don't. It's kind of like that person who's popular in school messes with the wrong person on the wrong day, and that person beats the living shit out of them in front of everybody, and now you want to say the person who beat the shit out of them and overreacted, quote unquote, is the bad guy? No. Maybe it's the person who walked around with their head up their ass, thought they were better than everybody, and is finally getting exposed for the fraud that they are, regardless of how much money they have, regardless of how much sales they have. Now, man to man, you got your ass beat. You got embarrassed. So Drake should probably just tap this out and leave it alone, because I'm pretty sure Push has time. And people like that, you just don't want to get into wars with, because they don't care about dying, winning, or losing. They only want to inflict pain on you.
Yeah, because they already flipped on all the people that reported their career.
Shut up.
Yeah, man, pretty much.
Vulture.
I never really thought about it like that, but I could see why KB and other Pusha T stands are so happy about this, because it really is a David versus a Goliath type of story. And so, I mean, that's pretty much what KB just described when he just described about a person being popular and messing with the wrong dark kid who has nothing to lose and taking everything that he has. That's literally David versus Goliath, what you just described. So sit your ass there and shut the fuck up, because it's my turn to talk. Yeah, man. Like I was saying, I'm upset. Listen, man, the whole thing about this is this shit doesn't even matter. Like, realistically, this is probably all stage. Drake and Push and Kanye probably sat down and were like, hey, Drake, how can we generate more clout for us? Because we all got albums coming out in June. Because the reality is, everybody's like, man, what's Drake going to do? What's Drake going to say? Man, realistically, Drake doesn't have to do shit. Honestly, Drake didn't even have to do shit from the jump off. He chose to do that. And like you said, he asked for it. It was the wrong day. He got everything coming to him. Everything that was said about him is true. But everything that was said about him is not really anything new. I mean, yeah, the pictures in blackface are crazy. Yeah, the baby is crazy, but it's like, bro, it's really not that surprising when you really think about who Drake is. Drake is Canadian. Like, I don't know why everybody all of a sudden thinks that Drake has this image. Like, people who really mess with Drake and who have listened to Drake for a long time know how he came up. They know he was Jimmy on Degrassi. They know he was Wheelchair Jimmy. They know he's light-skinned. They know he's a culture vulture. They know he's taken from Afro pop. They know he's taken from trap music. They know he's taken from South Florida. They know he's taken from everywhere. We know that. But it really just depends on where you fall on the spectrum, because on some way, yeah, it is being a culture vulture, because it's not his style, but at the same time, he's elevating that style and bringing that to the mainstream, like with Skepta, like with UK rap and More Life. When he brought that wave, now all of a sudden you're seeing these guys get way more features and way more clout in the mainstream. It's the same thing with Wizkid. Ever since he did that thing with Drake, that dude is like, seriously, Like, I've seen documentaries about his concerts. Like, they are crazy. Crazy. But yeah, man, pretty much Drake doesn't really have to say anything. He could just sit back, let his album